Tonight on Location, 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 we're in North Cornwall with part-time house hunters Alison and Martin Elford.
They're searching for a full-time home in this fast-moving holiday home hotspot.
The best thing that I'm looking forward to really is us being together and starting again on our new property, if you like. Finding hair in the bath again.
You can't say that. This week we're in Cornwall, searching for a home for Martin and Alison, who spent much of their married life apart.
Living in separate places is hampering their search, so we're here to get them a home together. Martin's an avionics technician in the Royal Air Force, specialising in search and rescue helicopters.
He works at RAF St Morgan near Newquay and currently lives in staff quarters on the base.
But Alison still works for the MOD in Cambridgeshire, so between them they commute 300 miles at weekends to get to see each other.
And now house hunting eats up most of their precious time together. With only 4 viewings under their belt, they're struggling to get a feel for the market.
They're also getting increasingly desperate to find a home so they can finally live together.
With its world-famous surf, sandy beaches and beautiful landscape, almost a third of Cornwall's properties are holiday homes.
Which means there's plenty of competition ready to snap up the best bargains.
There's lots of pretty properties to choose from here, but it now comes at a price. You really do pay for that picturesque location, even if you're not on holiday.
So what are Martin and Alison looking for?
I think we'd like to try the village life and see how it is. I think we need three bedrooms.
3 would be nice. Definitely a garden.
Definitely a garden. Has to have a garden.
Definitely a garage.
Can we take you something that's really modern?
Well, yeah, you could, certainly.
I think it has to have some character from the outside, because the inside we're quite happy to do with that what we can.
Now, the one thing that one can't be that flexible about is the budget.
Or can one? What is the budget?
It's 180,000.
If you had to compromise on either the location, the setting of the house, or the house itself, would you have a preference?
I think we would compromise on the location as opposed to the property.
So, to sum up, 180,000, pushing it a bit for the dream house, and a really good sized garden.
Sounds good to me.
And a garage.
Oh, the garage.
Our first property couldn't be closer to Martin's work. Just 5 minutes from the RAF base is the market town of St Colomb Major.
This first house has almost everything Alison and Martin say they want.
It's £10,000 over budget, but as ever, that's only the asking price.
On the ground floor, there's a good-sized sitting room, a cloakroom and a dining room.
So here we are, kitchen. This isn't an eat-in kitchen. It's quite big. You could knock down the wall between the kitchen and the dining room and have one big family kitchen room at the back of the house. But this is at top of your budget, so Phil's keen that we don't talk about knocking down walls too much.
Who's the cook in your house?
I suppose I am, aren't I?
Alison's the washer-upper.
I am, because we have a dishwasher.
Now this window is rather a strange feature, but it adds a lot of light into this landing, which is often a really neglected area.
Upstairs is bright and spacious, and all 3 bedrooms are a good size.
This is another double room. All of the rooms are doubles, which is quite rare because usually the 3rd bedroom is a box room.
It's just light and airy. I think it's very quiet here, and we could definitely do something with
And it
this.
fits, as you say, they're all double rooms.
First impressions of that property, they seem quite comfortable with the style of it, so I'm feeling quite positive. When you're out looking for properties, always make the time to explore the local area. When we pulled up, I noticed those industrial-looking buildings back there. I made some inquiries, and it turns out there's a bookbinder's, a wholesale farmer's, and a couple of other things, none of which work irregular hours or make fumes or, indeed, use this road as an access way, so there's no great problems. Smart buyers always do their research.
Space-wise, we're doing well, but what do Alison and Martin think of the garden?
Is it big enough for you?
First impressions are that for the size of the house, I would have liked a bigger garden.
Do you think overall you would like to be challenged a little more?
Yeah, I think so. Really, it would be redecorate, and that would be that. And by the time we'd done that, the garden would be finished. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think we would want something a bit more challenging.
This is 5 minutes from the base. Is that a benefit or quite the reverse?
Probably quite the reverse, I would have thought. It's nice to be a bit further away from work so that it's not just on your doorstep.
For everybody else I know, they're trying to reduce their commute by as much as possible. But you've got your bike and you love your bike.
Yeah.
So if it's only 5 minutes long, twice a
No
day,
fun at
Yeah,
all.
no fun at all.
you've been swizzed.
OK, Martin, our next property will give you a good spin to work.
The village of Trevegan is one of the prettiest in North Cornwall. Our next choice is on at £155,000, so well under budget.
It needs redecorating and reorganising, but with £25,000 left over, there'd be cash available to do it.
Okie dokie, in we come. Now, the key to this house is its lovely position. The things that you need to change are things about the house, the interior, the exterior, the village, the position, the location is all lovely.
What are your first impressions of layout?
I know there was a small porchway, then straight into the lounge with the kitchen off one way, and yeah, not conventional, but
Space-wise, how does it feel?
It feels quite roomy, I think. Definitely if you choose the right colours.
Let's come and have a look upstairs.
Okay.
And you're the cook. See what you make of this kitchen then, Martin.
okay. I think we'd replace it, to be honest. It's obviously in need of repair in some places.
Through here,
Yes.
there is downstairs loo and
Okay.
a sort of storage stroke utility room. These walls are very thin. My suggestion would be incorporate all that
You
space.
could open it all up. You could always use it as a kitchen diner.
There's a morning's work to take.
Oh, sure, yeah. I've got a sledgehammer, so...
Kirsty would be proud of it.
Indeed, yes.
Upstairs has room for a revamp, but there's lots of space.
Now, start with that view.
Gorgeous.
This is the idyllic Cornish farmland view that we're really looking for. The dimensions are very good, the ceilings aren't low, and it's like a really pretty person with a great face and a great figure with a dustbin bag over them.
It's time to reveal, I think.
It is time to reveal, and it's really there for the taking.
I think I can see the potential. I think we've definitely got a bit of a winner here. For me personally.
Oh,
I think-
really?
yeah, I do like it. The location is stunning.
They can see the potential inside. Time to see what they make of the garden.
Alison, we've been talking about the size of the garden. It wraps around the house.
Yeah.
This dog kennel will go with the Rendals, as will that shed.
I must admit, I'm, can I say disappointed, actually, with the size of the garden.
You can say
It would,
disappointed.
yeah, because I think I was expecting something. I expected half a field, perhaps, or something that I
Or
could.
something a bit bigger than this, certainly.
Bigger
but-
than this.
Yeah.
So can Phil and I take away a maybe from this house?
Yeah, it's a possibility. I think you can take away a disappointed with the garden from this house, but otherwise, yeah, there are other things that certainly we would turn our hand to.
Oh no, it was going so well.
The garden's clearly more important to Alison than we realised.
But at least the rural location hit the spot, and we hope our next property does too.
In the village of Nanstallen, this cosy cottage has a haphazard exterior, but plenty of character inside.
At 185,000, it's slightly over budget, but does the outside space make it worth the extra cash for them? Much bigger garden than things that we've been looking at earlier. And that perhaps relates to the age of the house. More modern house, smaller plot, older house, bigger plot.
Slightly bigger, yeah. It's a better shaped garden, isn't it? Because it's all on one side.
There's certainly a lot I could do with this garden.
Good so far. Inside, it's cosy but crammed with period character.
This floor, for example, because it's pretty amazing, but you're definitely paying for it without a shadow of doubt.
The first thing I thought was, oh, it's a lovely floor, how original, but I was thinking, oh, where can I put a rug?
Yeah.
And I think that sort of feature, if you're going to cover it up, yet you're paying for it, and it's the top of our budget.
They are paying for the features here, but will the garden and the location sway them?
And there is a nice view out the window,
It is a nice view, you're right.
but it's not hitting you between the eyes.
It isn't, no, overall it isn't isn't grabbing me.
Is it grabbing Alison?
It's where we've we put in the compromise? Really, you know, is the garden that important to me? Which I think now, being realistic, something's going to have to give.
I'm very keen to get you the best possible garden, but coming here and seeing your reaction to this, I just think, is it worth it?
If it's daylight, she'd be out there doing something.
Yeah.
So from that point of view,
It's really
it is
important.
very important. Yeah.
I don't think Martin cares which house we buy, as long as Alison is happy with the garden.
Alison's trying to make him happy with the house.
I know, it's so sweet.
We're definitely paying for the features.
Yeah,
on
you
the
are. You're paying
inside,
for the slate floor, which, yeah, there's no doubt, it's a very nice feature.
but we can't afford to be paying for.
But we
those
don't want to
sort
pay
of
for things like that.
No. Almost there. But not.
I think he'll end up compromising on the house, and she'll end up compromising on the house in order to get the right garden.
No way.
Because otherwise
no
they'd have bought
way.
the house we were in, the last house.
They might still. I mean, we've got.
No,
other
they
fences,
won't.
so
They've gone right off it.
They're not convinced
She
by this
almost
older.
cried. She almost cried. She walked out into that garden and she was like, "Oh no, garden not good enough. Vetoed house."
So the garden's got them, but the house is wrong. Something's going to have to give.
So we find out how much of a challenge they're really up for.
You wanted a project for your garden.
That's a capital P project, isn't it?
Welcome back. We're in North Cornwall.
Trying to find the rural home that will reunite forces couple Alison and Martin. Quaint Cornish cottages are plentiful, but bargains are in short supply.
In Alison and Martin's budget bracket of 180,000, those cash-rich second homers are never far behind.
We've shown them 3 properties. One was too close to Martin's work.
The second had potential inside, but the garden was too small.
And the third had a perfect garden but period features that bumped up the price. Another day, another property. Martin and Alison want more space, but we're helping them to see that they won't get it in pretty locations favoured by holidaymakers.
So we're moving north to the village of Delabole. Not as picturesque as some, so it doesn't score highly with second homers.
But this Victorian house does have the impressive proportions they're looking for.
It's 10k over their budget, but it's been on the market for 6 months, so we could make a deal here. We were very much holding in the forefront of our minds that you wanted a project for your garden.
That's a capital P project, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Wow. Okay.
Could you do something with it?
Definitely.
There's blank and there's blank,
There's
isn't it?
definitely blank.
Right, in you come. Now, you can hear from my voice that it's an empty home.
Yes, it is.
And it's been on the market for a number of months. And I think the reason for that is because it isn't really finished. The garden isn't finished, the floors aren't finished.
Quite a lot of it has already been done,
Yeah.
as you say.
Oh, yeah,
it is
no.
literally just finishing it off.
Yeah.
It's very important to factor in your additional costs of carpeting, curtain rails, bookshelves,
Yeah, yeah.
fitted wardrobes, all those sorts of things, because they could quite tally up.
But it's very grand. This is one of 2 amazing fireplaces.
Would that be an original feature of the property?
I think it would be an original feature of the property. And it has 2 vast reception rooms, a kitchen, a dining room, and upstairs there are 4 bedrooms.
So it is a huge house there.
Yeah.
It's a monster.
They seem thrilled by the size and scope of this house, and there's more to come.
Good Lord.
This is a huge bathroom.
It is a huge bathroom, isn't it?
Is a rugby club close or something? Do they use this one?
We've got to try and get you to see this as an opportunity that other people haven't. Say you bought it for 170. I mean, I plucked that figure out of the air, but, and you came in here and you spent 10 grand. What's it going to be worth?
Yeah.
It's going to be worth a damn sight more than they're asking.
Yeah. Even if, you know, we went for all the property, moved into it, lived in it a while, and decided how we were going to do things.
Yeah.
It's still perfectly habitable as it is.
Yeah.
This house is a real diamond in the rough, just waiting for Martin and Alison to polish it up.
I think we might be back to this one.
Our final property is in the beautiful village of St Mabin, a hot favourite with second homers. This traditional cottage has a big garden, ripe and ready for Alison's green fingers.
It's been developed with the holiday home market very much in mind. Will it appeal to Alison and Martin? We're quite pleased with this because it's not even on the market, but we've been able to use our contacts to let us have an early look. Straight through these sort of French-style doors into the kitchen diner.
Wow. Yeah.
As you can see, it's not quite finished. It will be finished by the end of next week.
Look at that beautiful garden. I have a vision.
View from the kitchen, which is what you always like as well.
Yeah.
So.
It's stunning. Yeah, so far so good. It's looking great.
It's a cottage with dimensions to match, but upstairs the bedrooms are surprisingly airy.
Martin's even pondering the colour of the bathroom tiles.
Yeah, I think something a bit darker would go far better.
With the white, you want a darker blue.
Yeah, yeah.
One of the benefits of getting involved in a property before it's finished is the ability to actually perhaps change some of the things that you
I'm
like.
sure, get them to change the tiles.
Much better ceiling height upstairs than down.
Downstairs is the quintessential cottagey feel, but it's nice up here to get the sort of, you can feel where the roof goes.
Yeah, you could jump up and down on your bed without banging your head.
Certainly, yeah.
Should you choose to.
So you've got all the benefits of a new house with all the charm of an old house.
Which is essentially what we were after.
Yeah.
So.
They seem to be giving this cottage some serious consideration.
But Kirsty and I are thinking ahead. Now, you remember what I said about their requirements being in direct competition with people looking for second homes, people looking for easy-to-maintain homes?
Yep. And second homers are very often cash buyers. They've got nothing to sell. And I just think that this will go like hotcakes.
I've got a hunch that this is going to be a 2-horse race with a close-run finish.
Martin and Alison have a sleepless night ahead of speculation, discussion and garden plans.
If you'd like to know more about buying in a holiday hotspot, log on to our website at www.channel4.com/4homes.
Next day, the sun's shining and the pasties are hot.
There we
Morning,
go.
you two.
Wonderful, thanks very much.
Proper Cornish pasty.
Sleep all right?
Yeah, very well,
Set
thanks.
for another day?
Yes.
Yeah, we had lots to talk about last night. We went through a lot of the pros and cons of all the properties, but I think today we want to go back and visit the one in Delabole and the one in St Mabin.
2, both of them.
Yeah, very, very close, but we think that going back for a second visit is gonna clinch it for us.
Okay, well, before we get distracted by the pasties in the shops, we better get up.
Okay.
Kirsty wants to go shopping, I can tell. We return to that grand house in Delabole village.
So, back in the hall.
Yeah, still as
only-
impressive as it was yesterday.
Do you think that's one of its biggest attractions for you?
I like it a lot, yeah. I think even though it's a bit dull at the moment, once it's been polished up, it'll look fantastic.
They love the space here, but how to heat it and where to store Martin's treasured bike are the issues we're here to resolve.
What were you thinking?
Well, I think this is obviously going to be the most logical place to put the garage.
A single skin garage here, concrete base, flat top, 1,000 to 1,300 maximum.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I was thinking about 2 probably would be how much we'd have to spend, so if you're coming up with that sort of figure, that's good.
Now, Alison, in this airing cupboard, I think we'll get a key to what the heating is. The 3 appear plants for use with G31 propane gas. That means it's bottled gas.
This is because Delabole doesn't have mains gas. It will cost twice as much a year to run the property on bottled gas. Converting to oil in this house would cost about £3,500 a year. But it would be a wise move for Alison and Martin, as they'd recoup that fairly quickly by saving about £500 a year on heating bills.
Say we could do a deal on the price on this. If you were to spend 10 grand dressing this up, you're making money, you're in profit at that point.
The fact that this could be a money earner, if you like,
Yeah.
is a bonus.
It could also be the long-term home because you're never going to run out of space.
That's very true.
Because the other house that you're considering, it's tight on space.
It is, yeah. Dilemmas all round.
I think this is the one. I thought they were going to go for the Mayburn Cottage at the end of yesterday, but I think they've been wooed by the grandeur of this one.
I think at the end of the day it'll come down to money. This isn't going to compete with the second homeowners.
No.
It's been on the market a long time, we can do a deal. The other one, I don't think there'll be a deal to be done.
No.
Back at the St Mayburn Cottage, I've done some research into how the property is going to be completed. I had a word to the builder about the standard of finish that will be done by the end of next week.
Okay.
The patio is going to be bricked over. The floor coverings are staying as is. Light fittings are all going in. Cookers going in. Downstairs is all going to be magnolia. Upstairs is all white. That's all done.
Well, that's
fine.
There's really not that much left to do. I spotted a very important measurement yesterday, and that was this one here. That's very skinny. So any furniture that you're thinking about going upstairs, regardless of whether it's going to fit up there, it's got to go through that gap.
Yeah, that's true.
The only big bit of furniture that we have is the wardrobe.
But you need to go and measure it.
Okay.
You know, check out the rooms.
I have measuring tape.
Ah, well
So?
done.
Right, let's do some measuring. Okay.
How big is he?
Yeah, 209 high. Yeah, that'll do it.
I can't believe that is actually
That is
209.
209.
It's made to fit, Alison.
I know. Don't give me that dilemma.
Gut feeling so far?
Gut feeling is we're probably going to go with Delabole. Although we've come very, very close with this one in that it has come on bang on budget, we realise that we might have to spend out a little bit more to make sure that we get a house of the right size.
Could it be that size does matter after all? We're about to find out.
How about the pub?
Yes.
Okay, force us.
If we must.
Now we've revisited the St Mayburn property, I think we've discovered that, unfortunately, it is just too small. The property's been renovated for a specific market, and that market isn't us.
So let's just put that one to the back of our minds. That leaves us with Delabole.
We do need to carpet the place. We do need to look at getting a garage built. So we're going to have to push for a very good price.
That house is on the market at 190.
I think 170, test the water, see what's going to happen with it.
Test the water or 175?
Oh,
Personally, I'm keen for 170, and
That's your
it.
cut-off point. Do you want me to go for it?
Go for it, Kirsty.
Do your stuff.
I'm really ringing to talk to you about the Delabole house, as you probably guessed.
Yes.
And they're really, really keen on it. But at the end of the day, it's a budgetary thing.
Right.
And they just haven't got the budget to meet the asking price.
Okay, I understand that.
The offer that we are thinking of making is 170,000.
I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Brilliant. Thanks, Carol. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Good gracious. Woo.
Well,
We're offering 20,000 beneath the asking price. That will be our only offer.
Hello, Kirsty.
Carol, thanks for ringing me back.
That's all right. Right, I've had a chat with my vendor.
Yeah.
She said she will accept the offer.
Oh my God! That's amazing!
Okay.
That's great. Listen, I'm gonna give you a ring in a bit. Thanks so much. Bye.
I believe it.
I am genuinely, for the first time ever, completely
Is your flabbergasted?
speechless.
You've never been short for words
You
before.
see that?
You've got to build a garage,
Yeah.
mate.
Wow.